Today, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about Liverpool. I mean, no, my bad. Barcelona versus Celta Vigo. And this game was a very interesting game because if you look at the scoreline closely, this game looked really good from a Barcelona's perspective, and from a Celta Vigo perspective, more disappointment. However, it should be worth noting this game was all about set pieces, and it's very confusing how I'm going to analyze this match because one hand I really like this match from a individual perspective, but from a team perspective, it's very lacking. And clearly, this team is not doing well. Okay, I think we all understand that Barcelona is going to go nowhere. And unfortunately, the more we have this guy, the more that this the manager is going to get saved. And that is, of course, Ernesto Valverde. And we all agree that he should be sacked. And this will probably be his last season. I don't expect him to go on after this season. I really hope not. And deliver. The reason why I say this in a very kind of a confusing tone is probably because of due to Messi. Messi pretty much won the game for Barcelona. He single-handedly won the game for Barcelona. And I'm going to give you guys an overview of the goals. We'll talk about the goals. But then in the end, I'll talk about some serious concerns about with Barcelona. And what really bothered me a lot about this game. Okay, we'll get to the goals. Let's start with the goals first. So the first goal came upon Junior Firpo. So what happened was that a handball came upon Junior Firpo, strike it, and then it hit the obvious handball. After a huge long delay, Messi converted from the spot in the 20th minute and gave Barcelona a 1-0 lead. And at this point, I was like, okay, Barcelona, they're going to cruise through this game. We may not get many goals in this game. I mean, with the way the game was playing at, it didn't look like there would be a lot of goals. And interestingly enough, prior to that goal, Celta Vigo, I believe, were the better team. They were the better team. And they were the team that deserved more of the credit. I don't think Barcelona themselves were that good, okay? But it's really that penalty that was awarded that really undid everything. I think it was that really undid everything, and it's hard to say this, but imagine going into this, and then you're like the better team, and then you gave a huge mistake, and you let the opposition score, and now all of a sudden the rhetoric will be established that the other team was better, and that you were not that good. And it's kind of the other way around in this case, and that's how I feel about Celta Vigo, because they actually pushed Barcelona a lot in this game. And then, in the 41st minute, Messi gave a foul to one of the players, which is very interesting. He got a yellow card, which I'm kind of surprised, because, Messi is very disciplined. He usually doesn't do that. And guess what? Up steps the guy, I forgot his name. Some brilliant kid from Celta Vigo. Probably not a kid, but you know what I mean. A brilliant teenager, or I don't know. It looked like Iago Aspas would take the free kick. And he didn't take it. It was actually, I don't really exactly remember the person's name. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And it was a 41st minute, and guess what? It was 1-1. That was a beautiful strike. That was a peach of a strike. That was incredible. That was mesmerizing, and that was magisterial, as Ray Hudson would say. And yeah, that was very clinical. And Messi felt bad. He genuinely felt bad. He gave the opponent an equalizer. And then up steps Messi, who basically the Celta Vigo players fouled Arthur. And guess what? Messi did the same free kick, and it came out to be 2-1. And at this point, Barcelona were leading at halftime. And I was very disappointed with Barcelona. And I know it's really weird I'm saying I'm disappointed, even though the team won by a 2-1 margin at that time. But I was really disappointed. And the primary reason I was disappointed was because Barcelona themselves didn't look very clinical. They didn't get any shots on. They didn't get any, besides Messi. This team didn't really do much, And it's Lucas Oloza that converted. And as I said before, this team is just very, I don't know. So then what happened, so that was in the 45th 45th minute +1, the stoppage time thing. And then after the halftime, another foul was given. I believe it was on Frankie de Jong, if I'm not mistaken. And Messi converted from the spot and to get a hat trick. Yes, Messi got a hat trick in set pieces, and he scored 2 free kicks and 1 game. And dang, it was like pretty much the exact same as the first one. And at this point, I was like, are you kidding me? We're actually getting a hat trick from Lionel Messi. Like, wow. This makes him tie with Cristiano Ronaldo for the most La Liga hat tricks, and as well as this is his 52nd career hat trick. And now he is second in the leading all-time goal scorer in this season, behind Karim Benzema. I believe it was 8 and Karim Benzema was 9, so really good stats from there. And I believe Messi will overcome Karim Benzema in the future. Just for a year. Well, maybe, I don't know. Karim Benzema was actually been a pretty good player for Real Madrid. But anyways, back to Barcelona. And yeah, that's pretty much how the game went. Majority of the game, there were some nice shots from Dembele. I really like Dembele as a whole. Like, despite him not scoring any goals, I felt like he was one of the best. He was probably the second best Barcelona player, maybe third behind Ter Stegen. I'll say that. But he was also a really good player too. I also really appreciate this guy. This guy came out and really sparked this defense. And there was a really nice chance that Griezmann nearly missed, and actually, he didn't miss it. It was just saved by the goalkeeper. And then there was another shot that Dembele gave to Messi, and Messi missed it. It rolled wide. Oof. Oh, come on. So, yeah, as I said before, this match was very interesting. And then Sergio Busquets delivered a powerful strike in the 85th minute out of nowhere, and pretty much 4-1 was the final score. Now, I do have to express some of my concerns right now, and as a Barcelona fan, this was not a very good performance from a Barcelona team collectively. This was a very good performance from Lionel Messi, which, with all due respect, I love this guy. But as I told you guys before, I think Lionel Messi is hindering this club. He's been destroying this club, and because of how good he is, I don't think the players are working to his expectations, and I feel like this at itself doesn't motivate the other players to do well, because, like, I'll be right back, guys.
I should see 10 minutes.
Anyways, sorry about that. But anyways, as I was saying, I think it's important to understand is that as a collective unit, I don't think Barcelona played that well. And as I said before, Messi, I think, has been hindering this club. He's been destroying this club, essentially. Because, you know how there's one person that's always so good and you don't really feel like you can be better than that person? There's no competition, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, I feel like everyone takes it granted that Messi will deliver, and when the team doesn't, and it's very evident. It's very evidently true, is that Barcelona never actually delivered a very good performance without Messi. I don't think there's been a very good performance without Messi. Perhaps you could say against Real Betis, but I'm saying outside of the Camp Nou, I don't think this team has really hit to a spark yet. And this is a huge problem because when Messi's not on the team, this poses huge problems for us. And we'll see. I still ultimately think Barcelona will get out of the Champions League group. I still think they'll win La Liga probably. But if they really want to challenge to win the Champions League, they're going to have to deliver as a team. Because, as you guys know, I think that competition is a very team-based competition. And not really team-based is the right word. Really a chemistry-based. So, with good chemistry, you can win the competition. And I don't think this team has any good chemistry. So that's just my opinion. I know many of you guys will probably disagree with me in the comment section below. But as I said before, This is definitely upsetting. And it's very ironic I'm saying all this because out of all the teams in competition, Barcelona have the most different goal scorers, which is interesting. 14 different goal scorers, 36 goals. I still think that if we were not managed by Ernesto Valverde, then this club would seriously been a lot better. They would have been more efficient. We would have a lot more goal scorers. But at the end of the day, Valverde is just not the right coach. As I told you guys before, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it is the international break, and maybe that's a good thing for Barcelona. I hope they can rest upon. And we got to deliver. This team needs to deliver in the Champions League, especially because that 0-0 draw against Slavia Praha was an embarrassing. That was an embarrassment, and that even took place in the Camp Nou, which never should have happened. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Like I said, I really enjoyed the Messi hat-trick. It was a very good display. But as this team goes on, I don't think this team I think this team is capable of winning La Liga. I'll say that right now. But I don't think this team is capable of winning the Champions League. And we got to see some other players stepping up. I want to see Antoine Griezmann stepping up. I want to see Ousmane Dembele scoring the goals. I want to see Luis Suarez, man. Now, I understand that Luis Suarez was not on the pitch that long, so I'm not going to blame him yesterday. But I really want to see Antoine Griezmann. He really let me down. And I understand that even with Antoine Griezmann in the central, I just don't know how we can approach Antoine Griezmann. I don't know how things will go. And perhaps maybe he needs to start. I don't know. I mean, Antoine Griezmann started the center, and he still didn't look at his best. You know? And yeah, he still didn't look that good overall. And I think Dembele was good. I think Dembele overall was better than Ansu Fati. I think Ansu Fati had an okay game. He didn't really have a good game. I really like Samuel Umtiti, though. He was a very good addition. Sergio Roberto, I think, was a good... And I feel bad for Nelson Semedo. Our right back is officially gone. You know? So, I mean, Sergio Roberto is banned. He can't play the next game. Yellow card suspension. And Nelson Semedo is injured. So that means Musa Wage potentially could fill his spot up. Potentially. I say potentially. And Marc-Andre ter Stegen was just good overall. So yeah. Like I said, I really expect more from Barcelona. And there's one thing I don't like about Barcelona too. And this is another thing. I don't like why they keep getting yellow cards. I don't understand why they're being so undisciplined, you know. They need to do this better. And Gerard Piqué, did he get a yellow card? Please tell me he didn't. Thank goodness he didn't get a yellow card. But yeah. I think Samuel Umtiti has actually made his defense a lot better. You know. So I think we should start with Samuel Umtiti from now on. In my opinion. So we'll see. I hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. I know this is a very interesting review. It's kind of a difficult review for me. I don't know how to say this review in words. It's like a very good performance, but at the same time, it's kind of a bad performance. It's a good performance and a bad performance. Because it's a good performance from the scoreline itself, and it's a good performance from Messi. But when you look at this team as a whole, this team didn't really ingest anything. I didn't really feel like a sense of... There wasn't really many attacks. There wasn't really many chances to score. It was more of just a... I felt like it was just kind of a stroll. Like, everyone was just strolling except Messi, who tried his very dear best. And because of how the Celta Vigo players were, and with the fouls and all that, they basically won. And this game was basically all about set pieces, if you think about it, which was very interesting. And I think Barcelona is good on set pieces. I think Lionel Messi is great on set pieces, but we have to improve our play in open play, because our open play is what primarily should get us goals. We shouldn't be relying on set pieces, because set pieces are very rare to get and very hard to get, you know. And I feel this team hasn't really dealt with that properly. So yeah, that's my opinion, guys. I know this is kind of a weird video. I don't know how I'm going to title. I don't know what you can say about this performance, but this is a good performance. This is a good performance. This was certainly a lot better than the performance we saw from Slavia Praha and against Levante. But still not good enough. It's still not good enough, and I think the only way we can make this club force itself to change is to not have Messi on the pitch. And this is what I think, is that I think Messi should be used in the big, crucial matches. I don't want to see Messi starting every single game for us, because that's not good. That's not good for him. He's getting old now, and I understand he's still really good. I'm not saying he's bad, But I'm just saying is that for his own confidence, for his own health-wise, I don't think we should start him every single game. And I understand that without Bart Messi, this whole team is nothing, you know? So I just want this guy to rest. I want him to rest, and I know we have the international break coming up, so hopefully that will help him out. But I do think he will be playing some international games finally for Argentina after his 3-month ban is gone. So the only way I could see Barcelona really addressing this is probably removing Lionel Messi from the squad and actually forcing the other players to work hard. Because this competition, there's not a lot of. This club has become an amigos club essentially, and there's a video. There's two videos I want to talk to you guys about. There's a player power video that Talk FCB made, and then there's another video by Buga Lewis FC. I'll put those links down below in the comments below, where he addresses why everyone hates Ernesto Valverde. It really pinpoints. It really gives you my frustration as a whole, and I think it's very crucial for those of you that are not really fans or just watching by. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, guys. Like I said, with the international break coming up, hopefully that helps the players out, and hopefully we see a better team after the break. Because results-wise, they're still good, but performances are a bit different. I don't think their performances have been the level that we expect. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Peace out.